This is where we're going to take a look at Alabama versus LSU in what was a really dominant game. And the very first thing we're looking at was just how they were able to run the football. A lot of good scheme right here. Obviously, Blake Baker at LSU first year as the defense coordinator has done a great job. But Alabama's offensive coaches were able to scheme up this three front. And one of the more intriguing things they did do is they ran a quarterback draw right here. And as you see, you got a B-gap player here with the defensive end. You got a trip set. Looks like they're running some sort of a stick concept back. He's coming here, and he's going to work out here to lead on the draw. I'm sure if he fits into the box, they can throw this ball out here to the H, to the number 3 receiver right here on a sticker and out. But instead, he widens out, gets his eyes off the quarterback. So now they run a draw. Running back leading right there, and as you see right here, tight end. He shows like he's going to block the outside linebacker. Once he drops, he just gets into the fit right there as far as the run. And right here, the guard's getting out there as well to lead, knowing that this ball is going to go to the left again. There's the bend. That's the linebacker widened. That running back leads up there on the safety, whoever shows up. And, of course, B-gap player, he invites him to rush this B-gap. The tackle does. Now he can pin it. And, of course, one of the 10-yard line. So, really interesting concept. Great job drawing that up against that three-front B-gap players there to the trips. Make that outside linebacker get wide. If that throw's there, they take it. If not, easy quarterback draw. Great job taking advantage of just the alignment there for LSU's defense. No, look, exact same play, same drive right here, just a couple plays later. And so, again, here's the trips closed. He shows, and he goes right there. Back's working across. Again, B-gap player here. He ends up slanting over here to the B-gap. Now the tackle can just pin. Running back, he's leading out right here. He's getting out. If he wouldn't have gotten out, he's throwing the ball here. 18 vacates that space. So now let's go ahead and replace it with a run. Running back's in there leading as well. Ends up blocking the guy there even reading. And they outrun the middle linebacker here, 40, who had worked that way. So guard releasing, tight end still releasing. So the exact same play here, just a couple plays later. It's really just a double option. If he would have stayed in the box, it's an easy throw and catch right there, probably a touchdown as well. But instead, quarterback just decides he's going to run it. Easy walking touchdown there for Alabama. No look, quarterback run here, and this is a great play again against three front. They're walk down, mug backers, and all they're running is counter. So they're doubling there to the backside, gap hinge. They send a running back out there wide to get eyes, and of course, you want to take somebody with him. If nobody goes with him, then he can throw it out there to him. But you see that linebacker vacating, so now the box is great. You're just going to run a quarterback counter, and here's that guard that's going to pull. He's going to block the defensive end. They think it's one of those sets where you're probably not going to run a counter just because you motion that guy out. But now here comes the guard to kick, that outside linebacker, easy kick. And instead of leading with the fullback, now it's this running back. He just slides around, going to the front side linebacker. This guy had fired in. He just kind of gets caught up in the wash. And this running back, he filters through after that counter for this backside linebacker, who's the only guy left because the front side linebacker fit this the wrong way, thinking that it's probably inside zone. Really good block here by the running back. He doesn't have to play extremely physical because this guy's not being physical either. He's just kind of trying to run around the block. And then again, whenever you get Milroe in space, a little bit of misdirection, he's going to outrun everybody. That's what happens on this one. Huge play here for Alabama. They're already up 28-6, and this one just really puts the game away. Just outruns the entire defense on a simple counter right there. Just a little bit of window dressing, motion the guy away. If they don't vacate the box, you can flip it out there on a swing, but instead, linebacker's running. Now you're fitting up the counter with a safety. No chance right there. Explosive play. Another great design by Alabama's coaching staff. This is another great design by the coaching staff here for Alabama. They're just running duo over here to the left, and so they're blocking those six with those six trips closed look. Going to block here, block there. This guy's the unblocked guy, so a corner. That's what, if you can get an unblocked corner all the time, that's what you'd be looking for. And the other guy that's going to get into it is his back. He acts like he's running downhill, but really he's just the lead blocker right here on the quarterback run, and he filters through here because the outside linebacker plays in the D gap. Tight end blocks him, and now the running back filters through that, and he finds the only guy left. And that's the corner right here. So really good, well executed there up front. You get a couple double teams here on those interior linemen. Right here by the guard and tackle. Right here by the guard and center. Turns to a big play, touchdown there for Milroe on one of many of those runs that we're going to see. Exact same play here, this time running to the right. Again, you're going to base here with that tight end, doubling there up. They're going to double there to whoever shows up. Got to be a linebacker, safety, someone get into the fit. And then you're basing right there again. Running back, he's faking downhill, and then he's leading out here for the run. And on this one, the outside linebacker, he ends up getting into the C gap. So right there, he's squeezing a little bit. Tight end's just going to wash him down. Running back, he stretches that thing like he's running it. So these guys have to fit for just a count. And he works outside right here to help block that corner. Pretty physical play right there on the corner. Then again, Milroe outrunning some guys. That's safety that's rolling down. Can't get him stopped before he gets first. And that's on a 3rd and 3. Again, they have to be prepared for that inside zone, just handing that thing off. But right here on this one, it's just a duo for the quarterback with that running back leading. Safety has to fit that thing and make a great play. or it's going to get that first down on 3rd and 3. Having a guy that can run there in the backfield and is that dynamic, you can call quarterback runs like that, is a huge asset to any offense. And that's what allowed Alabama to play really efficient this game on the offensive side of the football. Another look at the exact same play. Again, you got trips over here. You got your tight end. So trips close set. Basing right there. Looks like he's a C-gap player. Again, doubling there up, doubling there to that linebacker. Basing right here. Downhill, they've got to trust this. So they've got to step down like this inside zone. Then he filters through. Probably going to block the corner here to the tight end side. Again, there's the kicker on the corner. Here's the safety trying to fit this thing. Milroe makes a great cut off of it going vertical. And then just splits the defender. Safety can't get him on the ground. Really struggled with that all night. But anyway, got going vertical. Ran through some arm tackles. 8. Really didn't want any. 6. That was 2 touchdowns on the same exact play right there. Same design in this ball game by Jalen Milroe. Of course, we saw the duo look from the backfield in this exact same set. Again, trips close, so tight end, 3 receivers over here. This time, this is just an inside zone. So, again, he's fitting C-gap like he had on that duo. The reason why this is not duo is because his back is not leading out there for him. He's running right here like he could get the football. And right here on this one, there's nobody out here in the D-gap. Nobody fit into it. Safety didn't roll down. This is just great recognition right here on 2nd and 2. Nobody's there playing the quarterback. Let's go ahead and pull it, get into space. Great job here by Milroe just recognizing it, that nobody's playing the C-gap. Because really, what should happen with these linebackers that tight is this outside linebacker should sit in the D-gap. Now we're going to get into just some inside zone where they are handing the ball off. And on this one, you see there's a fullback. We got 2 receivers over here, tight end. He's going to arc, or he's going to go to the flats right here where that could be a pull. Yeah, you could throw it out there to him. You don't have to block this guy. He has to fire down, or you could flip it out there to him. But on this one, going to get a great double team here. They trying to double team that nose, and this defensive tackle, and he slants all the way to the C-gap. So they're able to take that guy over. He walks right up to the linebacker, singled up on the nose, double team right there on the 3 technique up to the linebacker. So a lot of movement as you see in a body on a body. There's the defensive end that was the read, had to sit on the quarterback. Whenever you stop the play right about here, you'd say, hey, this is a heck of a play. You got a good double team working up. These guys are working up. And you got a body there on the other linebacker. And they split this thing going vertical. Great job there on the inside zone. Obviously, much more physical up front than LSU was all night. Here's another look of LSU really struggling fitting up the tight end. And on this one, again, it's just inside zone. They're running inside zone to the left. He's split zoning it. So it's just a hand. And really, this defensive end, he ends up sitting into the C-gap and playing hard inside leverage. And when their running back fits it downhill, nobody fits the D-gap just like they did earlier when Milroe pulled it. But there's nobody in the D-gap. Everybody's filtering over the top. And he just bounces this thing outside. And it's an easy walk-in. Nobody's playing the D-gap. Not very sound right there for LSU's defense. Walk-in touchdown to make it 42-6 late in the 4th quarter. One of the rare runs where they weren't running inside zone. They actually run pin and pull here. And this is the second group. And I thought this was just a really good football play. And right here, they're pulling the tackle because you got a down block here by a tight end. He's going to work up to this linebacker here. So should be able to get the edge pretty easily. Now the tackle's pulling. And they pull the center as well. So tackle, center pulling. And these guys are flowing hard over the top, flat there with a running back. Backside tackle's doing a great job. You got an inside leverage technique, probably a 4-eye. He's got to try to get his hat across. So right there he's running, doesn't let him run it down. There's the kick on the first guy that shows up. Looks like a corner. And the safety rolling down there as well. He overruns it. Great job here by the running back, putting his foot in the ground, getting vertical. Thought that was a great run. Great call there. Running a little bit of pin and pull. Been running a lot of inside zone. And, of course, whenever you got Jalen Milroe and his dynamic ability right there with his legs, you can run a lot of inside zone. Of course, make it look a little bit better because you got a guy that can outrun guys, get to the edge. And on this one, obviously, you got Ty Simpson in there. This is what they'll have to do a lot more of is a little bit of pin and pull. Get on the edge right there if that guy's not as dynamic with his legs. First thing we looked at was just a run game. Of course, running for over 300 yards, control the game. We'll look at some stats here at the end of it, but also a really efficient passing game. 12 of 18 from Jalen Milroe, not making him drop back 40 to 50 times like they had in the past. 18 times they threw the football, completed 12, which is a great percentage right there, 66%. Only threw for 109, but the big thing was that they're very efficient, stayed on the field, didn't turn the ball over. And right here on this one, just showing why Jalen Milroe is so special. 2nd and 14, so long yard situation. They do get a little bit of a rush, so this is not just great pass pro. So we're only a 4-man rush, and they do get some pressure. Milroe escapes the pocket, gets out wide, and of course, then he does what he does best. He finds somebody downfield. Somebody gets wide open, probably working back to him, and that's Ryan Williams. Of course, one of the more dynamic guys, you got to play over the top of him. Works back to it. Easy completion right here. This is a 0-0 ball game at the beginning of the game. So right there, big completion. They'd already gotten behind the sticks with a 2nd and 14 and a 20-yard gain right there just because Jalen Milroe can make something happen with his legs, stay alive when a lot of people probably wouldn't. Still early in the game, and just another completion here for Jalen Milroe. They're in empty, And as you see back, you got a receiver here, and you got 3 receivers over to this side, tight end at number 2, and they just throw a bubble. So right here on this one, Milroe sees they got leverage here. He's got to run to it right now. He doesn't run right to it, so I'm just going to flip my hips. I'm going to rip it to him. They're blocking man on here on the outside. So, again, getting into a rhythm, getting an easy completion, make these guys run. Boom, completion. Now you're one-on-one here. Great block here by the tight end. Really good block there by the receiver as well. Whenever you're out there playing unselfishly on the edge, that's what can create easy completions. And so really essentially the run game, they didn't widen out enough with those linebackers, so they just flipped the bubble. Great blocking on the edge. Big first down there early in the game. Another just easy completion here for Alabama and Jalen Milroe. Again, they're tailoring this around his skill set, what he can do well. And right here, just misdirection, making it look like outside zone, faking right here on the reverse. And this running back just slips out. He's going right here to pin whoever shows up. Be manned up on this running back, and really, I guess nobody does. There's a tackle getting out to pin that corner. So, again, easy completion, just misdirection, throwback screen to the running back. I mean, these right there, again, misdirection, slowing them down, making them run, getting into their legs a little bit while also creating explosive plays are huge. And that's what this game plan had sprinkled all over. Another thing that Alabama's coaching staff really liked was just getting these running backs matched up with these linebackers who are not great in space. Again, 4-man rush, he's getting into it late after he tried to get hands on that tight end. Now you're just one-on-one. Look at all these defenders out here on these receivers. So we got 3-on-4. You're one-on-one with a running back and this Mike linebacker, and you should be able to take that all day with an SEC running back. If he looks over here, doesn't like the numbers, so now I'm getting back to this option route here by the running back. Too much space here for the Mike, especially playing on about the 7-yard line. So easy completion here. As we've seen, all these completions, other than the one where he scrambled out, I mean, it's one of those things that most quarterbacks can make these throws. So making it easy on Jalen Milroe, getting down close inside the red zone. But even bigger than that was the completion and getting a first down right here. This was a 3rd and 5. HCA down to the 2-yard line to get a first down. So right there, big completion, gets down to about the 2-yard line on just an easy throw and catch. Really pretty similar concept. This time more of a 2x2 set. So you got tight end, receiver. You got 2 receivers over here to the left. And these guys are running somewhat of a vertical look. So running vertical right here. And this running back just checks out of the box. And LSU's getting a twist up front. Linebackers dropping. So they're trying to be really fancy with it. It's on 3rd and 9. And they dropped underneath it. And there's your check down right there. Just the running back running that option route. Easy completion. Staying on the field. Again, not forcing the ball down the field, but taking advantage right here. 4-man box. Linebacker gets into it, sticks it to leverage. Everybody's vacated the middle of the field with that tight end running vertical. Again, easy completion. Big first down there for Alabama. Keeps some momentum right there, even on 3rd and 9, getting a first down. Now they're just working a little bit of their passing game here. They're running mesh with their couple tight ends. These guys outside looks like they're running a spot. Probably some sort of a post over the top. There's your back. So number 1 option right here, looking at the back, going to the flats. All right, got that out leverage here by the outside linebacker. Great, let's go ahead and get off of it. Find your tight end working across. There's number 2. Working across right there from the tight end spot. Easy throw and catch. Again, this is right at the line of scrimmage or 1 yard past it. So they really wanted to make sure that they had general. Hey, they did take some shots. So they threw the ball down the field. They missed most of them, but they did throw some long foul balls that kind of made those guys creating a 11, 12-yard gain on a 1 yard throw. So I thought it was a really efficient night. Again, obviously 12 of 18 for Milroe was huge. Being efficient and having no turnovers. Whenever they do that, they're going to be a pretty dynamic football team just because the run game should be a lot better with this guy in the backfield. Can do a lot of things that most people can't. So I thought that was a really good night for the offense. And we're going to jump in and take a look at how the defense played one of the more dominant games for the Crimson Tide this season. So there were a lot of very glaring statistical issues for LSU that would have kept them from winning the football game. And one of them was they're obviously -3 in turnovers. And right here on this one, just a bust up front. Really not sure what in the world they're looking at. And on this one, as you see the back, it looks like he's free releasing, maybe a chip right here by tight end as he's getting out. But it's only a 3-man rush, and you get 1 linebacker popping. And this center, he's just staring over here, obviously probably working to this linebacker, maybe the inside linebacker here. But once he drops, I mean, we got to get our eyes to that Mike, see what happens. And he just runs scot-free right through the A-gap. He's just still glancing around. I'm not sure if maybe he thought that guy was invisible. I don't know what in the world happened. Right there, Jihad Campbell with one of his sacks. We had 1.5 sacks right there. Tracks down Nussmeier. And not only does he track him down, he gets that ball out. And then, of course, gets recovered here by Big Tim Smith, playing hard, able to get that ball, able to get down and corral this football. So it was a heck of a football play, really athletic play to get down and make sure that ball doesn't get loose and he controls it. So great play there by Tim Smith. And, of course, Jihad getting there, getting the ball out as well. Had 1.5 sacks. This is one of his sacks. And, of course, forced fumbled here off of a bust there from the center for LSU. Here's a look of a man-to-man beater, possibly zone beater. But really, LSU, they think that they're going to get some sort of a man-to-man here on the goal line. So you got a fullback run to the flats. He's trying to cross face here. He's got time to shake because he knows he wants all this to clear out. He's going to go to the slant late. And they win right here where they're really trying to go. But on this one, collision. And when he gets collision, now they're just reading the quarterback's eyes. And you see this stick, he actually beats his corner. If he doesn't come off and play that, I think this thing is up high. He goes up and makes a play in the back of the end zone. But great job here by the linebacker. Made a collision. Now we got our eyes back around to the quarterback. And is able to go up and make a play on the football. This is a huge momentum shift because LSU was starting to get something going. But right here, 21-6 game. Get a turnover right there when you're on the 5-yard line on 2nd and goal. That is a huge shift in momentum. And a great play here by Deontay Lawson, just going up and make a play, get your eyes on the quarterback, and then come down with the football. Great play, great recognition, and a key situation for Alabama. Here late in the game, 4th quarter, already at 35-6, so this ball game's already put away. But on this one, again, it just comes back to how many times is LSU going to have to throw the football. If you're throwing the football this much, bad things happen, especially in a wet game. And right here, field is wet, 4 slips down, he falls. I mean, they're trying to throw this basic to the middle of the field. But as you see, 4, he's just laying flat on the ground. You got a safety just playing way off. It's just there for the pick. So easy interception here for Bray Hubbard. So I mean, it's one of those things. If you can't run the football, you can't control the game. Now you got to throw the ball, 50 times a game. Nussmeier actually threw it 42. I mean, bad things happen when the ball's in the air that much, especially on a wet field. You had a guy slip down, safety comes down, makes a play. Unfortunate situation, but of course, that all goes back to LSU can't run the football, can't control the game, especially on a wet night. The very first thing we looked at was just the run game. And, of course, Alabama ran for 311 yards, average 6.5 per, 104 for LSU. So outrushed LSU by 200-plus yards. And LSU averaged 4.3, which wasn't bad. They just didn't lean out very much. 24 rushes to Alabama 48. So they had 48 rushes to their 24. So they doubled them up as far as how many rushes they had. Of course, Jalen Milroe, 185 yards rushing, 15.4 per attempt. Unbelievable. 4 touchdowns, 72-yard long. I mean, most dynamic guy in college football. They did a great job of kind of tailoring the entire game plan around him, what he can do. Easy completions, take a couple shots here and there. Let him be the dynamic guy that he is. Other things that really stood out, of course, Alec Milroe, 12-18, high percentage, pretty good, average 6.1. While Nussmeier threw it 42 times, but only averaged 5.7 per. He had 2 interceptions. And, of course, turnovers. When you go to the team stats, this is very telling. I mean, 23 first downs for Alabama, only 22 for LSU. So very similar. 3rd down efficiency. My gosh, 10 of 13. That's an unbelievable percentage. 6 of 14 for LSU, which is not bad, but 10 of 13. You're going to win every single game when you're 10 of 13 on 3rd down unless you just turn the ball over a ton. And right here, obviously outrushed 311 to 104. Then you're also +3 in turnovers. So that's going to be a ball game right there. +3 in turnovers. You outrushed the other team by 200 yards, and you're 10 of 13 on 3rd downs. That leads to an absolute butt kicking, 42-13, Alabama over LSU. But I really appreciate you guys watching. If you like that video, watch this video right here. It's what YouTube thinks you'll like. It really helps the channel. Watch that video if you have a chance. But anyway, appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you guys again in the next video.